Okay, so there's two methods that we can use. We can use XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP is going to be directly looking at, let's say, the VLOOKUP we'll do would be VLOOKUP from this column, and VLOOKUP would be looking anything to the right of that column. So if you, I guess the easiest method would be to show something like this. Okay, so as you can see, it's showing VLOOKUP. Lookup value is the first thing. Table array is the second. Column index, and then range to lookup. Alright, so we'll test this out and we'll go from there. So XLOOKUP, on the other hand, will be looking through to the right hand side and to the left hand side. VLOOKUP is only going to be looking to the right hand side of the data that you specify. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is let's do XLOOKUP. Alright, so first thing would be I want to keep these. Actually, I want to keep this part. Okay, so let's go to R5 and then Control V to paste it. And let's make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to. Okay, so you saw how all the copied blocks were like huge. An easy way to reduce the size so everything is go to the side here and then adjust the size. If I want C all around to be large, if I want all of them to be that size, then I can change it from clicking to the complete top left hand side corner and then changing the sides. So you click between A and B and then you can change the size of the cell. Alright, so since we have that, and I want there to be enough space for okay, so they're not the same size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cells, so oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. There we go. Alright, and I want to clear this. I want to clear that, but I also want there to be 20, 19, and 20. Alright, now we can do an XLOOKUP. So equals XLOOKUP, and then what we want to look up is this, the net revenue. So once I click on that, the next query is going to be lookup array. We go to our array with the 2019 here, and we look up through these. And you see here, there's no dollar signs. Dollar signs is locking it. So if there's a dollar sign and then $A and then regular 3, that means the column A is locked. So between that is only the column is locked. But if you do $A, $3, then the, the column is locked and also the rows are locked. So we want $sign before the A and also $sign after the A. So if I remember correctly, it's control and then $sign. Let's see. Okay, so first is highlight the array that you want to look up for. So I highlighted the array. My array is going to go from A2 until A24. So as you can see up here, what I do after that is press F4 on Windows, and then you can see up here there's $signs. That's going to lock that array. Array is a set of cells or a set of values in that table. The reason why I lock it is because I don't want after the formula goes to the next one, I don't want it to shift one down as well. So if I lock it, then that set of arrays is going to be locked, and that's what's going to be used for the rest of the query. Okay, and then I'm going to do comma. We're doing 2019, so select this query and also lock these. So F, you can see here, I selected the query. It doesn't have any $signs. If I press F4 on my Windows key, now it's locking all these. And I can press F4 again if I want the column to stay the same and want the rows to change, or so the $sign before whatever $sign and then whatever is after the $sign, that's what's going to be locked in. If there's no $sign before it, then it's not going to be locked in, and it can be changing through the query. All right, that's a little bit hard to explain, but if you have any questions, please just comment or ask me and in the comments, and I'll be glad to help out. Right, since we've done this, now we can end the XLOOKUP, enter. All right, let's see why the values aren't showing up. What's going on? Values in data type. Oh, what does that mean? Let's see the data type for it. Currency. Why is currency a wrong data type? All right, let's figure this out. Okay, so I figured it out. It was just a typo in the way I typed it. Okay, so we'll do the second one. Let's just make sure it is the same. Cost of sales, and cost of sales. All right, so it does match. So let's do this. Equals X lookup. First is going to be the item we're looking up, so it's going to be this, comma. Next, this is our lookup array, and we're going to lock it. Next is going to be where we're looking up, so it's going to be this array, and we're going to lock that as well. Okay, right. So you can see we got the amount right there. Okay. All right, let's see if we can pull this down. Let's see. To do this, all the merged cells need to be the same size. Which cells are merged? Oh, this one is not merged. No, it is merged. Okay. Let's try it again. The reason why I'm going one by one is because it's telling me that there's a merged cell somewhere. And I'm trying to see if why did it do that. Okay, so let's see why transaction cost is not showing. Transaction cost for 2019. Transaction cost. Okay, so they do not have a transaction cost. Right, I guess one easy thing I can do is get the 2020-2019 column, and on the side the gross profit exists. Let's just make sure gross profit is there. Yep, gross profit is there. Then operational expenses. Okay, so one, it's broken down research and development and operation costs, and the other one is separate. Okay, what I can do for that is let's do operation cost, and let's just do it as okay. So we do have operation costs now. Let's go back, and what else do we have? Okay, research and development, selling and general administration. Selling and general admin. Yes, we do have that. Next is impairment of intangibles. Okay, so and fixed asset. Okay. Let's do impairment of intangibles and fixed assets. Let's see if there's fixed assets here. Okay, now we're checking operation expenses. Here's operation income loss. Now, here is income, and here's income loss. Okay. Well, that's going to be a big part of data analysis. Sometimes the data that you're given is not one-to-one match, and you have to keep looking and figure out how to solve it, how to structure it. So a good system design would have these set values and set tables the same all the time. So yeah, that is something that hopefully I can work on and figure out good data structure skills. Okay, so we will change operating income loss and have operating income loss on all the fields. Operating. So now this should have operating income loss. Okay, so it shows up here. Okay, let's go to the sheet again and let's see. In other income expensive, other income expenses. Okay, that's matching. Interest expense, interest income, gain on paycheck protection program loan. I think it's the same thing, but it's just different ways of saying it. Gain on extinguishment of debt. Gain on paycheck protection program loan forgiveness. That's this. Okay, foreign currency transaction. Let's see. Foreign currency transaction. Okay. Yeah, this type is foreign currency transaction loss. Gain loss. And then you have parentheses loss. Okay. The best way to do this, I think, would be just remove the loss from one side and remove the gain and loss from the other side. Okay, other income expenses. Let's see how it looks. Income expense, other income expense. Okay, interest expense, interest income, interest income, gain on extinguishment of debt. We did those, and we're here. Okay, why is it switched? Okay, to structure a database, you need to have the same columns used year after year. That's when you can have good data collection and retention. If your data is some here, some there, that's not going to be good. Yeah, okay. Let's use this one, other expense income. Other income. And so you have one column that says other income expense, and you have another column that says other expense income. Other expense income. Okay, so let's see what else is remaining. Okay, so we did this one, and now we're doing total operation. Total other income expense. Okay, so we'll lock these. Okay. Once we lock those, then we'll set the return array. So where we want it to return. No, I'm doing it backwards. Okay. Alright, next step will be to go to the data and set it into a table form. So, yeah, so you go to data, and so you go to insert, and then you insert table. Does your data have headers? Yes, my data does have headers. Actually, I think the better way to do this would be to transpose this. So let's go. Okay, so transpose means to flip it. So here, so now we have the years here, and then we have the um, column names here. I want to change these into the rows names and these into the column names. So let's do that. Okay, so to transpose a table like this, first we copy the table. Control C would be for copy, and then go to transpose, and I want it. Okay, so I right click, and then you have options. Paste, that's regular pasting. Values, it would just have the values, it won't have any formulas. This would have formulas so it can update if you change anything on the raw data. Transpose, that's what we want. We want it to transpose so it's keeping the data and the format, but it's flipping it. So let's click on that. Okay, so these, next, and this is how we want it. That needs to be okay, so right now I'm just getting the data that I know is good and copying it. That's 2019, so I'm going to paste values because I don't want it to keep changing. Okay, that looks much better. Let's put a huge gap between this. Okay, yeah. See you soon. Thanks, Don. Okay, so now let's start making our data table. Okay, that looks much better now. I can maneuver here easily. Okay, first step will be let's look for our data. That's going to be transposed raw data. Select all your data. First, select all your data. Second, you want to make it into a table form. So insert table. Table has headers, yes. And okay. Okay, so this is just the way that I want it. Okay. Right, so after you've done that, then you can do insert pivot table from table range. We want it as table 1. Actually, we wanted the whole thing. Table 2. Okay. We wanted a new, no existing. We want it in dashboard. Okay. So now we can have a pivot table. I can do year and net revenue. Okay, actually, one thing that I should do right now is make sure these are amounts so that we know that these are gonna be in the form of dollar values. So actually home, and it's not a number, it's a currency. Okay, go back to our dashboard, right click it and refresh. Okay. Okay, so now that we have that, let's insert the table from table, table 2, existing workbook. Okay, now we can make our pivot table. Okay, so I've highlighted my table. Once I do that, then I've gone to insert, insert, and then on the charts, pivot chart. And yes, it's table 2, that's this table, and new worksheet. So yes, this one I wanted to have the year and my net revenue. Okay, so let's net revenue by year. Okay, and we don't need this. And I do not like these buttons. Okay, that looks good. Let's okay, let's do another one. Let's insert the chart. This time, let's do year and reading expenses. Oh, that does not have anything. Cost of sales. Gross profit would be good. Okay, let's rename the chart. I accidentally deleted it, so I did Control Z that brought it back up. So let's do gross profit by year. We need this. Hide the chart buttons. Okay. And then again, we'll do insert the chart. Let's operational expenses. That's a good one. Yearly. I do not like this. Okay. So next thing I want to do is to copy my and put them in my dashboard. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so if you press Alt and move the chart, then it locks it into. So let's see, like if it goes to the nearest. It's locking it. Okay, I like that. That way it's more organized. These I want them smaller, so let's see how I can make that smaller. Actually, I can put them all three side by side. Okay. So, okay, so format is going to give you the height and the width. So let's see. 2.5 by X. Okay, and then this one I'm going to put 2.5 by 6. Okay, let's do it by 2 point, just so that people don't have to scroll down. Make it easy on the users, that way it's okay, so 2.4 plus 2.4, 4.8, so this one will do 4.8. Now, let's okay, so once we have our static dashboard, then what we can do is go to insert, actually click on one of the pivot charts, and then go to insert. Okay, it's not an insert. Pivot chart and okay, pivot chart analyze, and then insert timeline. Cannot create a timeline for this report because it does not have this date. That's fine. We can do a slicer by year. And let's put that. Because I'm pressing Alt and okay, so once we've done the slicer, I think it is. Let's report connections. Okay, let's add to the other two fields and click OK. So if I click on 2019, it should only show 2019. 2020 only shows 2020. And I click this, show all. Okay, and that is a good slicer. If they had more information, it would have been much nicer. But this is what are the things that I could add. Let's look at the raw data. I think that's good enough, but let's put this all the way to the front. Okay. There is our Manitel dashboard, which I think I want this background to be like bluish. Okay, so there is our simple dashboard, and it looks pretty neat. So let's send it out and see what they think about it. Thanks for watching my video.